we will see the volumetric strain formula. Okay, EV is equal to delta V divided by V. It is a formula which is used to calculate the volumetric strain. As we require to calculate the delta V, so there is necessary to calculate the volume of that body as well as the volumetric strain, which is denoted as a small e and small v. So when we carried out the small ev, then there is another one formula we have to consider. Means what? We have to consider the bulk modulus. Okay, what is mean by the bulk modulus? Let we have to see again that it is nothing but the ratio of the direct stress divided by the volumetric strain is known as the bulk modulus. So with respect to the fluid mechanics concern, with respect to the strength of material concern, we have to consider the ratio first, and after calculating the ratio of the bulk modulus, then we can able to calculate the delta V. Okay, so with respect to the FM concern, fluid mechanics concern, sorry, capital K is equal to the water pressure divided by the volumetric strain. This is the formula for the bulk modulus. With respect to the strength of material, direct stress divided by the volumetric strain, we can get the capital K. Okay, as the condition which is given by the examiner is that there is a copper sphere which is having the certain diameter and get under pressure at an height or the at an depth with respect to the surface of that seawater is equal to 1600 meter. So there is a need to calculate the water pressure. Okay, by calculating the water pressure, then we have to calculate the bulk modulus, and after that, by using this correlation between the water pressure as well as the bulk modulus, we can able to calculate the EV. Okay, and after calculating the EV, then we have to calculate the delta V. Okay, so there is necessary to calculate the K by using the various formulas which is considered under the strength of material. So let we see the another one formula for the to calculate the bulk modulus. Okay, so again K, what is the exact we require now? We have to calculate the K. So by using the capital E as well as the capital E as well as the small mu, we can say. So by using these both factors, both amount of these two things, we can able to calculate the capital K. So we have to use the another one formula which is known as capital E is equal to 3 into K into another one bracket 1 minus 2 mu. Okay, this is already solved or proved, we can say, the formula which already seen into the previous lecture. So by using this K, we can able to calculate the K. Sorry, by using this formula, E is equal to 3K 1 minus 2 mu, we can able to calculate the K. When we carried out the K, then we can able to calculate the small EV, and lastly we can able to find the delta V. So we have to enlist the formulas which are related with respect to the outcome or the asking by that examiner. Exactly the question we have to consider, there is a need to calculate on that thing. Okay, so as we have to calculate the delta V. So when we calculate the EV, there is a required to calculate the V. Then what is the formula for the volume? To calculate the volume, it is nothing but the volume of the sphere we can carry it out. We should have also know that the how to calculate the volume of that sphere. So this is the standard formula which is we should have to know in this way, so by which we can able to calculate the delta V. So V is nothing but small v is nothing but the volume of the sphere, and the 4 by 3 pi r cube is it is nothing but the standard formula we should use to calculate the volume of the sphere. So these are nothing but some formulas we have to enlist, we have to nothing but write into your notebook before carried out the solution. So be get practice of that, we have to enlist the formula, whether you are able to read or you are able to understand such things or such comments of that concern. some problem we can say. So before going to detail to solving, before wasting of the nothing but the time for thinking about that formulas, we have to enlist first the formula which are nothing but the correlated with respect to that expected outcome. Okay, so these are nothing but the some problem formulas I have enlisted here into this PPT. Please write down in your notebook. Okay. So let you start the solution. As we require the delta V. Okay, this is nothing but the outcome which would like to carried out by ourselves by the examiner. So first we have to calculate the capital K, as already I mentioned you that with respect to the capital E and mu. By calculating the K, we can able to calculate the delta V. But with respect to the condition given into the problem, the condition already I have concluded that these are nothing but the this is here is nothing but the copper sphere having the 100 mm diameter and which is laid under at an height or the depth we can say 1600 meter with respect to the top face of that sea. There are the two types of the pressure diagram we have to consider into the fluid mechanics. Means what? When we carried out the water pressure which is exerted on the wall of that water tank or of that just like a dam you can say earthen dam or the gravity dam. At that time we have to use the right angle triangle concept to calculate the total pressure on that. But when the body gets submerged into the water or we can say the liquid, then we have to use the another one simple formula which is nothing but the rho into rho w, sorry, or row of nothing but the water or row of we can say of the liquid. The liquid is here is nothing but the water, so we have to consider rho w uh, as it is here. So instead of the rho w we have to consider the row of liquid into the height. This is the nothing but the water pressure, we can say. And how to calculate the total pressure on that body? Then small p means the water pressure intensity into the concerned area of that body. So here we need not to calculate the total pressure, we have to consider the pressure intensity. So rho into w, rho w into h, we can get, we can avail the water pressure in terms of the newton per mm square, in terms of the kilonewton per meter square, etc., in terms of the intensity we can say. So here we have to calculate the K by using this formula. Capital E is equal to 3 into K 1 minus 2 mu. So by using this such formula get converted like that, capital K is equal to E divided by 3 into another one bracket 1 minus 2 mu. As I would like to see such formula into this PPT, that such formula of the key of the capital E and the capital K will become like that. So capital K is equal to capital E divided by 3 into 1 minus 2 mu. So what is the quantity of the E? Quantity of the E is nothing but amount of E is nothing but 110 GPa. 110 GPa means 110 into 10 to 3 MPa means 1.1 into 10 to 5 MPa. So 1 MPa is equal to 1 Newton per mm square. So we can directly take as a 1.1 into 10 to 5 Newton per mm square. It is nothing but already I understood. Sorry, I clarify such a concept in a previous lecture. Okay, so instead of this, let we take the E in terms of Newton per mm square instead of the MPa. After that, what is the value of the mu? Mu is nothing but 0.3. So this is the K. So please carry it out mm, the equation which is related with respect to the E and K. And what is the amount of K? Please calculate by using your calculators. As I show the value of the K, but you should have to make practice. Please recheck check this we can say the value whether it is the correct one or not. Please recheck it by using your calculators. 1.1 into 10 to 5 divided by 3 into 1 another one bracket 1 minus 2 into mu place mu is equal to 0.3 as a value of that. So K is equal to 91.667 10 raised to 3 Newton per m square. This is the value of the capital K. You have to make the practice yourself. After that, we will see what is the objective. Delta V is the objective. K is nothing but now known quantity. Okay. So then submerged water pressure we have to calculate. So what is the formula for the submerged water pressure? Small p is equal to gamma W into H. As the density of seawater is obviously more than the density of clean water, but as the density is not given in to the problem, so let we assume that gamma W is equal to 9810 Newton per meter cube, is nothing but the density. Please write down in your notebook that what is the value of the gamma W. Gamma W is equal to 9810 Newton per meter cube. Or you can take gamma W is equal to 10 kilonewton per meter cube. Please write down in your notebook. Gamma W you can take, assume into the strength of water, not need not to consider into the fluid mechanics, but into the fluid mechanics you have to take the corrected value. 9810 Newton per meter cube is nothing but the correct value of gamma W. But in the strength of water you can directly take gamma W is equal to 10 kilonewton per meter cube. So instead of the 10 kilonewton per meter cube, 10 into 10 raised to 3 means 10,000 Newton per meter cube. You can take the value of the gamma W directly. So with respect to that, I had taken which is nothing but the density of the water, which I know that in very well manner 9810 Newton per meter cube as it is. And what is the H? H is nothing but 1600 meter. So this Newton per meter cube and meter it get cancelled, meter get cancelled to each other. Then we have to get the pressure intensity in terms of the Newton per meter square. So this is the nothing but the unit we can get, Newton per meter square of the pressure. So please carried out the multiplication of the 9810 into 1600. So what is the value of the small p? Please carry it out yourself. 9810 into 1600, by which we can carry it out 15.696 10 raised to 6. This is the value of the capital P in terms of the Newton per meter square. But with respect to our convenience, we should have to carry out the all terms in terms of the Newton, all terms in terms of the mm. So we have to calculate or the convert the P, we can say, from the Newton per meter square up to the Newton per m square. How to convert, let you see here. As we know that 15.696 15.696 Newton per meter square, 10 raised to 6. Obviously you have to consider 10 raised to 6 in terms of the Newton per meter square. This is the quantity of the P. Okay. So 15.69 into 10 raised to 6 Newton per meter square. What is the Newton per meter square in terms of the Pascal? 1 Pascal is equal to 1 Newton per meter square. So obviously 15.696 into 10 to 6 is to get convert into the megapascal in terms of this. So 15.696 megapascal is nothing but 15.696 into 10 to 6. So after that you can convert the megapascal, sorry, directly 1 Newton per mm square is equal to 1 MPa. So 15.696 Newton per mm square you have to convert directly by using the concept which is already we discussed in previous lecture. Okay, so P here we calculate. Now the P is a known quantity, K is a known quantity. By using the formula which is related with to fluid mechanics, is nothing but what is the K is nothing but water pressure divided by volumetric strain. By using the P, by using the K, we can able to calculate now EV. So by using this formula, as I show you into this PPT, then K is equal to P divided by EV. We can able to calculate the EV. EV is equal to now P divided by capital K. So what is the P in terms of the Newton per m square? 15696. 15696 divided by K. What is the value of the K? 91.66 10 to 6 Newton per mm square. You should have to consider, you have to keep in mind that you should have to consider the same unit, whether it is in terms of the Newton per meter square, in kilonewton per meter square or Newton per mm square. दोन्ही ठिकाणी जे असणार आहे, आता के ची व्हॅल्यू ज्या आपण कॅल्क्युलेट करतो, पी हा न्यूटन पर एम स्क्वेअर मध्ये असेल तर के हा कंपल्सरी न्यूटन पर एम स्क्वेअर मध्ये घ्यायचा. सो न्यूटन पर एम स्क्वेअर विल गेट कॅन्सल टू इच अदर अँड विल कॅन able to calculate the EV. So by using your calculate the EV. EV is equal to P 15696 divided by 91.66 10 to 3. Then we can get the EV. What is the value of EV? You calculate yourself by using your calculators. So EV become 1.71 10 to minus 4. As EV is a volumetric strain, strain has no unit. Already we learned. Okay. So EV will become 1.77 10 to minus 4. Lastly, what is the objective to calculate the delta V? Delta V is nothing but another one formula of EV. EV is equal to delta V divided by small v. So EV is a known quantity now. What is the equivalent delta V? So also we have to calculate the small v again. So already we discussed that volumetric strain is nothing but the now known quantity. So there is need to calculate the small v. So please write down the small formula of the small v is equal to, as I nothing but mention here, that small v is equal to 4 by 3 into pi r cube. Please write down in your notebook. Small v is equal to 4 divided by 3 into pi into r cube. R represent the radius of that sphere. So please write down small v is equal to pi by 4 into pi 4 by 3. Sorry, I repeat again. Small v is equal to 4 by 3 into pi into again r cube. R represent the radius of that sphere. What is the value of r? As we know that the small d is equal to 100 mm. Small d means the diameter of the sphere is equal to 100 mm. So small r is equal to d by 2. So small r is equal to 100 divided by 2 means 50 mm, 50 mm. So r represent the radius of sphere. So r should be taken as a 50 mm as a radius of that sphere. So 4 by 3 into pi r cube, 4 by 3 pi into 50 raised to 3. So what is the value of small v? Small v is equal to 50 is in terms of mm. So small v should be in terms of the mm cube. Do not forget. So 5 to 3.599 10 to 3 is the volume of that sphere. So lastly, to calculate the delta V, EV into V, we can get the delta V. So please write down delta V is equal to EV into V. So EV is equal to 1.71 10 to minus 4. Take it here 1.71 into 10 to minus 4 into 523.599 10 to plus 3 in terms of the mm cube. As mm cube represents the volume of that sphere, and so delta V also is having the unit which should be in terms of the mm cube. So 1.71 into 10 to minus 4 into 5.23 599 10 to plus 3, we can get the delta V. What is the value of delta V? Let me see here. delta V is equal to 89.656 mm cube. This is the value of delta V. Please write in your notebook. So this is the proper procedure you have to use to calculate the delta V. First, you have to enlist the all known formulas, and then which of the formula we can use it, first. You have to let decide afterward. So you have to enlist the formula first, and you have to break the sentences given into the problem. So you have to break the problem. See, let we see the another one problem. The next problem, let we see a steel bar of 200 long. Please write down in your notebook. A steel bar 200 long, 60 by 40 in cross section. I repeat again, a steel bar 200 long, 60 by 40 in cross section is subjected to a stress of 100 Newton per square along the length and 40 Newton per square on other two faces. I repeat again. So one by one we have to go. As when we start the reading of the you can say the example or the problem numerical, we can say. So you have to write the given data fast, as early as fast. So what is the length of bar? Small l is equal to 100 Please write down immediately. Then there is a cross sectional dimension which is given into the example. So 60 by 40, you should have to decide that small b is equal to 60 Please write down in your notebook. 40 is the depth or the thickness, we can say. So with respect to the feasibility, you can take a small t or small d. Here I would like to take the small d is equal to 40 Okay, and there is a stress is given 100 Newton per square. The positive nature or the negative nature need not consider here now. Let we see one by one. So 100 Newton per square is a stress which is acting along the length. Length oriented stress is considered as a 100 Newton per square. Then 40 Newton per square on other two faces. Means there are the three numbers of the stresses is acted on that body. One is the 100 Newton per square which is acted along the length of the body, and the 40 Newton per square with respect to which across the body with respect to our, by considering the figure, let we clarify afterward. But there are the another two stresses having the quantity is equal to 40 Newton per square which acted on other two faces. Means we have to consider three faces simultaneously. Means such problem is related with respect to the three, or we can say the triaxial stress system. Okay, so all our next sentence, let you have to see, let you have to write in your notebook. All are in tensile nature. Means sigma 1, sigma 2, sigma 3, all are having the tensile nature. So take tensile nature as a positive nature, compressive take a negative. Vice versa, you can take the positive as a compressive and the negative for the tensile. But for the simplification, tensile force take as a positive nature. Okay, so all are in tensile nature and the change in volume was observed to be 125 cube. All are in tensile nature and change in volume was observed. Means delta V is given by the examiner. Delta V is equal to 125 cube. Find the value of Poisson's ratio. What is the Poisson's ratio? Poisson's ratio is nothing but the frictional factor, we can say. Okay. Take a capital E is equal to 200 GPa. 200 GPa. So please write down the given data. Small L, as already mentioned that small L is equal to 200 small b is equal to 60 small d is equal to 40 Then when we not get clarify x-axis, y-axis, z-axis, then you can take as a sigma 1, sigma 2 as well as the sigma 3. But when we draw the body and when it get clarify, then you can choose the sigma x, sigma y as well as the sigma z with respect to your convenience. So sigma 1 or the sigma x, both you have the option to choose the name head of that. So sigma 1 or the sigma s is equal to 100 Newton per mm square, sigma 2 or sigma y 40 kilonewton per 40 Newton per mm square is the quantity of that. Sigma 3 or the sigma z is again equal to 40 Newton per mm square. Then capital E is equal to 200 gigapascal. As we already mentioned that gigapascal means 1000 megapascal. So 200 into 1000 megapascal it get convert. Then we can go that 2 into 10 raised to 5 MPa as it is, and 1 MPa is equal to 1 Newton per mm square. So please write down directly 2 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm square. So you should have to clear the clarification concept of that MPa. 1 MPa is equal to 1 Newton per mm square. Go directly. आता हे सगळ्या गोष्टी अवघड होऊन जातात नंतर. So consider 1 MPa is equal to 1 Newton per mm square. So let's find the mu. So before going to detail of the solution, please enlist the formulas one by one. So let we overlook the formula of that before going to detail. As the figure is not given, you have to draw this figure. Please draw this figure fastly. As the length is given 200 mm, 60 by 40 is a cross section of that, means it is having the rectangular in nature body and having the particular thickness. So as I draw here, this figure you have to make as it is like that. And along the length of, means along the 200 mm, there is a sigma 1 get acted. So for our simplification, x axis will be considered, which is acted as a longitudinal section, means length oriented section is considered as a x axis. So sigma x is equal to 100 Newton per mm square. Please write down here. And after that, on other two planes, as which is already mentioned by by that, we can say the example, sigma y is equal to 40 Newton per mm square, sigma z is equal to again 40 Newton per mm square. So please draw this figure immediately. Sigma x, sigma y, sigma z, these are the triaxial force system acting on a body, means there is a sigma x get elongated automatically. There is a reduction into the depth and there is a reduction into the width. Similarly, sigma z get try to body get elongate at the time, the length get reduced as well as the depth get reduced. Similarly, when sigma y get active in nature, at that time 40 mm get elongated, 60 and 200 mm get retarded. Means with respect to that, with respect to having the combination of the triaxial stress or the force system, there is also one formula is generated by the scientists that we have to use for that to calculate that. So what is the outcome? What is nothing but the outcome is, or exactly requirement is, or mu we have to calculate. How to calculate the mu? Let we see one by one. So let we see what is the formula for volumetric strain in triaxial stress system. You should have to all consider that you have to make the proper list of the formula which included into the chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 respectively. So with respect to that, you have to make the nothing but the list of the formulas, and you have to keep all such formula in your mind. So you should have to consider such the same. Okay, so what is the formula for the volumetric strain into the triaxial system? What is the basic formula? Ev is equal to delta v divided by v. This is the basic formula for the nothing but calculate the volumetric strain. But with respect to the triaxial force system, we have to consider the sigma x, sigma y, and the sigma z. So please write down Ev is equal to delta V divided by V. This is the basic one formula. Again, equal to sigma x plus sigma y plus sigma z divided by E. These are all fortunately the positive nature. So take as it is positive sign for that. When there is a compression into the y-axis as well as the z-axis, you have to consider the negative sign in front of sigma y as well as sigma z respectively. Okay, so fortunately here all forces are in tensile nature. take sigma x, sigma y, sigma z as a positive nature. So sigma x, sigma y plus sigma z take into one bracket divided by capital E into another one bracket 1 minus 2 mu. This is the basic formula for to calculate the EV by using the triaxial force system. Okay. Let we calculate one by one. So first we calculate the EV is equal to delta V divided by V. What is the exact requirement? Mu is the exact requirement to calculate. Let we see to calculate the EV. So delta V, obviously it is given by the examiner that 125 mmq is the quantity of delta V. What is the V? Let we have to calculate. Length into B into D, we can able to easily able to calculate the V. So both are the known quantity. So there is no problem to calculate the EV. So EV will become 125 divided by 200 divided by again divided by 60 again divided by 40 means volume of the body will become 200 into 60 into 40 is equal to 480 into 10 raised to 3. This is nothing but the volume of that body. Please carry it out by using your calculators. Okay. So please carry it out. 200 into 60 into 40 is what? You have to recheck my answer. Okay. So 480 into 10 to 3 mmq, it is nothing but the volume of that. Delta V 125 divided by the volume of the body means 125 divided by 480 into 10 to 3. We can get the EV. What is the what is the value of EV? Please calculate the EV. Okay. So EV will become 125 divided by 480 into 10 to 3. Calculate the EV. EV is equal to 2.642 10 to minus 4. Strain has no unit. 2.6042 10 to minus 4. It will nothing but the value of EV. So take the value of this EV and put it into the known formula of that EV. EV is equal to delta V upon V is already in basic formula we know, but for the triaxial or the triaxial we can say stress system, sigma x plus sigma y plus sigma z divided by capital E into 1.2 mu is nothing but the formula for EV. So put it the value of EV into this, we can say the formula, we can able to calculate the mu. This is the simple one. So please carry it out by using the calculator. So EV is equal to 2.60 into 10 to minus 4 is again equal to sigma x plus sigma y plus sigma z divided by E into 1 minus 2 mu. So please take the quantities of the sigma x, y and z, put it into this equation, you can get easily mu. So 2.60 into 10 to minus 4 is equal to 100 plus 40 plus 40 Newton per mm square divided by 2 into 10 to 5 also Newton per mm square. Newton per mm square, Newton per mm square will get cancelled to each other. Strain has no unit, one has also no unit, so mu automatically has no unit. Please carry out the quantity of mu. Calculate kara. This is the denominator. 2 into 10 to 5 is the denominator of that right word of that equation, will goes to as a numerator into the leftward side of that equation, and this 100 plus 40 plus 40 means 180. This quantity is a numerator of the right words of that equation, will goes, sorry, not become, will goes as a denominator to the left part of this equation. You can able to carry out the mu exactly. So what is the mu? Please try to calculate by using your calculators. Let we go one by one. Okay. So next step, let we carry out. 2.6 10 to minus 4 is equal to 180 divided by 2 into 10 to 5 Newton per mm square. Newton per mm square will get cancelled to each other. Then we can get the quantity is like that. 2.6 into 10 to minus 4 into 2 into 10 to 5 divided by 180 is equal to 1 minus 2 mu. Okay. Okay. Then please do the calculation. Each step you should have to write in your notebook. Please do not go the direct step. Okay. So intermediate step you have to follow. You have to consider while solving the problem. Okay. So the what is the answer of 2.60 into 10 to minus 4 into 2 into 10 to 5 divided by 180. 0.2894 is the value of that is equal to 1 minus 2 mu. The next step is equal to, then 2 mu is equal to, please take minus 2 mu to the left hand side, and this left hand side value please take the right hand side of this equation. So 2 mu is equal to 1 minus 0.2894. Please carry out this value and divide it by using by 2 uh, is equal to mu. Okay, so 2 mu is equal to 0.7106 is the value. Now what is the value of mu? Mu is equal to 0.7106 divided by 2. We can get 0.355. This is the nothing but the mu. So please carry out the value of mu by using your calculator. 0.7106 divided by 2 is equal to 0.355 is the value of mu. So here we completed the triaxial, biaxial, what is nothing but the known as a simple stress, shear stress, means also these are nothing but we have to consider into this. After that we will see the principle of superposition. Okay, from the next lecture let we see for the principle of superposition. After that we will go for the temperature stresses into the body, whether it is having the composite nature or non-composite nature, singular or having the combination of the parts. After that we will go for the next step, which is nothing but called as nothing but having the composite or nothing but having the principle of superposition with respect to the gap concern. म्हणजे एखादा बॉडीमध्ये 3 पार्ट असतील आणि त्यामध्ये एखादा गॅप असेल त्या पद्धतीने सॉल्व्ह करायचा. मीन्स देर आर हॅव्हिंग द टू टाइप्स ऑफ द प्रॉब्लेम्स. वन इज structure is determinant structure, another one is a structure which is known as an indeterminate structure. The structure is called as a determinant, means structure should obey the summation fx, summation fy, summation m, means which obeys the the laws for them to maintain the body is in equilibrium condition. And the structure which should not obey means there are the unknowns more than the 3. Summation fx or nothing unknowns may be having the 1 2 3 etc, but the condition of the equilibrium which should not able to calculate the unknowns. This is nothing but called as the structural indeterminacy. We will see in later. Sorry. Thank you very much.